Hello, hello, hello. Let me check if the live stream is live. So it seems that we're live. Welcome to this fourth live stream. Gonna keep on producing the techno track I was making and giving you a total oversight of the process. Please, if there's something wrong with the audio, leave a comment in the comment section in the live chat so I can adjust some things. So let me first, let's do it like that. Now I have my ABLETON live session on the computer. I also have a synthesizer here with me, but that's for later when we will add some elements to the track. But yeah, for now, last time I began doing a little bit of automation. I arranged the track in like a rough arrangement. Since last live stream, I listened to the track a couple more times, and I did some of the really boring automation things that just took a lot of time and that were not too interesting to do a live stream about. But I would say I will go through the whole track, and then I will also explain what the automation does and tweak maybe a few things and then record the other elements. So let's just listen to how the track is right now with this automation on top. And let's just have a listen and I will try to explain what is going on. So here we go. I put like a low pass on the kick drum and on the bass line so that the track comes in like it builds. It's really dark in the beginning. The hi-hats fade in and not just snap in, they just like slowly fade in. Welcome to the live stream. And from there the track slowly builds up. Then I had like this little break just to get something going, stop for like just a second, and then it builds further and further. So here's the automation of the snare that's also fading in. I think there still needs something to happen in this part that makes it more interesting, and now it's just going and going, and that's okay, but it still needs like another element, and I'm going to look for that. So now everything is, and now it comes in again. So look at the automation. This line is now slowly fading away, getting a little bit less loud. It was already way in the background, but even I'm giving more space to the rest of the track. And this triple oscillator, the thing with the Soma Lyra FX, the harsh delay reverb sound. Now it's fading in, it's building up, it's getting more distorted. I added a lot of dynamics because sometimes it goes down and then it comes back up. The volume goes up and it gets more intense. So there's totally, if you look at the whole track, there's a change in dynamics. It's like pushing and pulling with, yeah, the tension. Now the bass is cut. And there's a lot of elements that are high passed, like I think the kick, if I remember correctly, it gets high passed until it disappears. And then it just goes full throttle again. I need to do some more automation on the volume because I need to bring down before the break so that it kicks more, it has more punch when it comes back in. And this part during the break, the build, it has room for like another element, and I've got the synthesizer with me next to me, so I will do some things with that in a few minutes. So for those who are joining the stream, I would say welcome. Always welcome to leave some comments in the comment section, in the chat. And now the track is just going slowly fading away, but I haven't done that automation yet. So here I might put like a high pass on the kick again. Okay, so this could actually benefit from just slowly getting less in volume. Okay. I'm going to stop the track right there and just, yeah, go one by one on all the different layers and the automation I gave those layers. So let's see. This was the percussive filtered Basimilus iteritas that I recorded in the first session. You can always rewatch that first session to know what I'm talking about. But it's just like a percussive element that's more to the background. And yeah, I think there's only volume automation on there. So very simple, just only a little bit of volume automation. Then I had like the Lyra effects, a triple oscillator going through a filter, through then the Lyra effects with some distortion. It's kind of a lead sound, but it goes really distorted and like more atmospheric towards the end of the track. So that's a layer on top. I did have some low cut on it, and yeah, much of the automation is about the volume, like bringing it forward and backwards in the mix. And that's about everything that I did with it, just volume automation. And I think that's the first thing you should start doing. That's volume automation of elements that just keep going. So at different parts in your track, some elements come forward and some elements get pushed back, and there's like a movement between all those elements that you give more space to the other elements by bringing down the volume of the one that is like most prominent, and vice versa, and just cycle through the elements that are leads or like atmospheres that you want to put forward. Then the bass line, there's more going on. So I have the bass line, and I had a different part of bass line, but I put it on another track with like let me see, like a high pass on it to take out the bass and to just make it more interesting. Those two bass lines on top, one little bit high cut, low passed, and so that the bottom end still is there but the top end is taken away. And then the other element, I will fade it in. It's this one over here. So I didn't fade it in yet, so I might do that. And let's put it on solo too. So this part, it's more like a little bit more resonance. It has more resonance, it's more gritty with more distortion, and those two on top of each other, they have a nice interaction, I think. So that's in the middle part of the track, then it fades out again. And afterwards I have a copy of the triple oscillator with the Soma Lyra effects. That's really gritty, I think. Yeah, so this is the really gritty part, and I'm just layering it on top of the other one. And I did that because first I just switched over, so I had the bass going, like the main bass, and then I stopped that main bass and I took the B part, like I had the A part and then I just put the B part there, but the transition didn't feel natural and fluent. It was like this part stopped and that part began. So what I then did was I just went on with the A part for like the whole track, because it still has variation in it, and it's nice for like having this bass going like throughout the whole track, with some parts where it fades out, but for the most part of the track the bass is going and going and going. And then this different bass with then the low end taken out of it, layered on top to make that part in the middle more interesting. So you have the main part and then actually the B part, the alternative bass line, is faded in, is changing the A part, but still that low end stays the same, so that the feeling of the track doesn't suddenly change. So the bass is still very repetitive, but the top line of the bass, the higher frequencies of the bass are changing and are fading to another part, and then afterwards are fading back to the original, to have that, oh yeah, this was the body of the track, and have like, you remember how it was, and that's like coming home in the track, and that's a nice feeling. So I did it that way. Okay, so let's see. that was the bass, and then the kick, it has, yeah, a low pass and a high pass on it. And there are even some points where I automated that high pass, that the high pass is like taking away the bottom end, and at the same time there's also a low pass, so I'm going towards a band pass to then just make the kick drum disappear and fade out. I prefer it that way instead of just, yeah, volume automation. So there are, yeah, multiple ways in making a sound go like silent, and for the kick drum I prefer to do it that way. Sometimes I also just put like a high pass on it and I don't mess around with the high tones, but I think, let me see, I have frequency 8, that's the low pass, so at bar, just before bar 64, it's getting a low pass, and just before bar 136 it's also getting a low pass. And for the high pass, let's see, high pass frequency, so that's only taking the high end, the higher frequencies away just before 136. So before 64 it doesn't have that high, no, this is a low pass, so it's a little bit, I'm doing it just with EQs, so if I open that EQ, there's like, let me see, so this is like the low pass, and the other one is the high pass. So the high pass is before 64 and before 136, and the low pass is, let me see, welcome to the live stream. So the low pass is just in the beginning and before 136. And I'll probably do it in the end also, maybe. Let's take a look. Okay, so in the end there is a high pass already present, so I think that's fine to end the track. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's see. Then we have the snare. So the snare, I think it doesn't have any more automation, just volume automation. The hi-hats fade in, fade out. Let me see. Yeah, only the hi-hats fade in and out. And then that reverb kick element is also just like fading in and out a few times, but 2 times. Just a small drop here, and then in the big break it's also fading out to give more like openness to the track, to make it more quiet, give it some room. So this is this atmosphere, it's very silent here, and then it just goes away. And a little bit further, you have this on the background, and that works really well with the kick. Then there were the hi-hats with the delay. I have some hi-hats and I put a delay on it to make it really swing and like move. Volume automation, and that's about it. Just volume automation, fading in, fading out stuff. And then we already talked about the bass line, but it also has a low cut on it. That gets higher towards, yeah, the main break just before 136 beep, bar 136. So yeah, those are the hi-hats, this is the bass, and then the Soma Lyra FX. And then I added a sample, a loop, actually one that I made myself, and you can find it on Sample Stream, and it's a loop with tom-toms. And this is just something that really drives the track. That was something I was actually missing in the recording, the live recording that I did. Like something that was really driving the track, other than just the kick and the bass line. And when I play it, and when I mute it, then it gets really boring. And here you have this movement just by having that loop of toms. And I put a link, I don't know if it's already on air, the link in the description down below. Yeah, it's a link to Sample Stream, and yeah, I have made some hi-hat loops, kick loops, tom loops, claps, snares, one-shots. So yeah, please check that out. It's really cheap. It's like €1 or like $1 or something like this for more than 100 loops or one-shots. So I added this, and I'm also going to add a hi-hat loop, because I think that will drive the track even nicer. So not sure where this hi-hat loop will like begin. Think I'm just going to let it build a little while, and maybe, so first going to look up where I put this hi-hat. It's here, also from the Sample Stream collection. So these are the first hi-hats you hear. I just live recorded them. Might add the second hi-hats here or a little bit later. Here are the delayed hi-hats. Okay, gonna put them over there. Let's make a loop. Needs to put some automation on those hi-hats, because maybe some phasing effector, that might be nice. Already doing some automation. And what I always do, or I try to do it as many times as possible, that these hi-hats or other sounds, they rise in volume like really slowly, and then at some point they drop and they rise again. So it's like always getting more tense and then dropping again to get more tense, because otherwise, yeah, you can't get any more tense after a while, because then everything will be too compressed and too like loud, or you need to start really low in volume. So it's like in little increments, and then it falls again, and then it builds. So there's like this constant rise in tension, and sometimes it gets relieved, and then there's room again to build the track again and build the tension. So I might just hop to my synthesizer and play some more atmospheric stuff to complete this recording, because I still think there's a little bit of I think the track is pretty okay sounding, but I feel there's some emotion missing, a real story to the track. So let me see. I prepared a track here, so I'm going to arm that track. Let's first listen to the sound. I will directly switch the camera to the synthesizer. So it has this like digital tone, but not too intrusive, and I think this will work nice with the track. But I probably will need to put a low cut on it, because I don't want too many low frequencies, because I have the kick, the bass, and a few other elements that already having some low frequencies. So for anyone joining the live stream, I would highly say welcome, and thank you for joining the live stream. So let me flip the camera. And here I am again. So this is the Studiologic Sledge, and I think it's a brilliant synthesizer. It's really big, the knobs on it are really big, and the sound is big too, I think, on a good system, and if it's programmed well, it's an amazing synthesizer. So let's first just mess around. I need to put my seat a little bit different, so I still hope you can hear me well. If there's something wrong with the sound, please tell me in the comments, because I can't monitor myself. So I layered 2 patches that I adjusted myself, and I put some notes down. So going for D flat, a D2 and 1 flat, and on top I will put an E, A and B flat, all flats. And this creates like a gloomy, but still with a bit of presence, and this will cut through the mix, and this will give some atmosphere. I really love this sound. I hope you do too. So yeah, let's begin the recording. I'm not going to loop this, so I can just... No, I am going to loop this, so I can just play and play, and then later on see where I actually have my stuff. So yeah, just let's record. those hi-hats begin to bother me in the end, so let's see. Okay, so there, okay, let's see what happened. I think I know what happened. Let's see. Okay. They were just going out of time. Because I didn't make the loop correctly. So that's now, yes, okay. Still they may come down in volume. Okay, something like this. So for anyone, let's switch back. Okay. So for anyone joining the stream, I would say welcome. I hope the audio is still okay, because first two streams were pretty silent. Just recorded the sledge. Yeah, gonna listen back to it. Maybe go to the console 1 I have here. It's on track 15, the recording of the sledge. So let's maybe just solo it first. And as I thought it would have like lots of bass frequencies, although it's a digital synthesizer, those bass frequencies are really present and it really goes deep. So going to have to low cut that, otherwise it will totally ruin the bass frequencies in the track. So just low cut that. And still those low notes, when low cut, they still sound really nice. Might even tone down those higher frequencies. So let's first look them up. So that it really gets more like soft. Let's put a shelf there and some high cut. And then let's see. Let's really compress this. Okay. And just turn down the volume a bit. So still need to arrange those lines I recorded. Might do that a little bit later in the process. But now let's see how it sounds when the track is really going. I'm muting it and then just hear the difference between the muting, just between the muting of that sledge pad and with the sledge pad present. And just a real nice atmosphere, I think, and it glues the track together. It gets full, it gets body. Might just need to fine tune it here and there and do some arranging of the parts that I recorded, because I made a little error with I messed with the delay, and then because it's a digital delay, even with an analog delay you have that, like with a Bucket Brigade device. if you turn the frequency of the delay when the sound is still going, you get like these artifacts, but with a digital delay, and especially on the Sledge, that's not a nice artifact that you get. With an analog delay, it's pretty okay. It's like it's going down or higher in pitch, like yeah, that was an exact copy of how it sounds. No. So you get this nice sound, but with the Sledge, yeah, it's digital, and it messes with the sound a little bit. So I did that when there was still a sound going, and yeah, you hear it in the recording somewhere, and let's see. But otherwise, with the reverb and the delay turned all the way up, there's something nice going on in the Sledge too. So some people say that it has an awful delay and reverb sound, but I think it's more than usable in like an artistic way. And especially when you put something somewhere in the mix that it's just creating this atmosphere, and it's further to the back of the mix, then I think it sounds pretty okay. Let's see. And this was with the pitch, so that also sounds pretty okay. Yeah, here is the sound with delay. I tweaked it, and I thought I was tweaking the reverb, but I was tweaking the delay, because they're on the same, yeah, the reverb and the delay, you click through them. So you go first to the reverb, then you click, then you put it on delay, and then you click a third time, and then you activate both delay and reverb on that synthesizer. So I couldn't switch between the two of them because the delay would disappear totally. But yeah. It's only a small portion, and I can easily adjust it later on by deleting it and putting something else in the place. I have more than enough material. Maybe a few, yeah, I can do that. Okay, let's do another recording and just like increasing the pitch. Because now I put the pitch like lower with the pitch wheel, but I think at some parts in the track, let me put the track back on. So right before the big break, I think I can like increase the pitch to get this even more tension to the track. Just having to look out that I don't record over the already recorded file. Maybe just save first, because I don't want the program to give up on me. It doesn't happen a lot or at all with Ableton. Maybe 1 or 2 times in the last few years, but yeah, you never know when you're streaming and you're doing this and you're doing that, and then Ableton says like burp. Then yeah, don't want to lose the things I just recorded. So let's see. Let's try to record some more. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's wait until the Sledge shuts up. I'm already messing up because I should put it really on record before I can record. So yeah, that stuff happens. Luckily, I noticed it rather sooner than later, so my apologies. Okay, so let's just check. Yeah, my microphone seems to still be working because it's battery. Yeah, it runs on a battery and sometimes the batteries die. So let's see, let's take a look. This is the recording I just made. This was the first one. So I'm just going to put that there. Put the second recording somewhere over there, and yeah, I would say, let's see, the live stream is almost going on for about an hour, so I might round it up. Let's see. So yeah, I've got the atmosphere, I've got the rough arrangement that's, I think, pretty much close to finished. I think I will dissect those recorded files that I just recorded with the Sledge, and yeah, when they found their place, I think the track is close to done, and next live stream I will master that track. So I will export it, or I will master it in this session. That's also a possibility. I sometimes do that because then it's really easy to go like back and tweak some stuff. I tend to not tweak too much anymore after I concluded that the track is done, just to stop me from keep tweaking the track forever. So yeah, let's see, I think that's pretty much it. Next time I will do the mastering, so I would like to thank you for watching. I hope it was, let me maybe first go to, so yeah, this is way better than you looking just at a synthesizer because I thought I was in the camera. So yeah, I would like to thank you. Next time I will do the mastering, and I hope you enjoyed this episode and that you maybe learned a few things or just had a good time. So yeah, I would say give this stream a thumbs up, watch my other streams if you haven't already, to see the whole process of me making a techno track that will, I think, will be released in quite a maybe in a few months' time on the record label Detroit Berlin, and it will be released on the compilation. I think we're at the 6th compilation of Techno Injection. So yeah, I would say watch out for that one, and yeah, see you next time, the mastering stream, and then I think the track will be concluded and will be mastered and is ready to be released. So hope you had a good time. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and yeah, hope to see you next time. Bye bye.